Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Xbox Community Cast. I'm your host, Shapa, here with my boy, Risky.
What's up?
All alone today. Waterloo, where are you? We miss you. Just kidding, you're on vacation. We hate you. How are you doing, Risky?
Not too bad. How are you?
Not doing too bad at all. How was your week?
It was alright. I finally booted up the old PS4, which is not very Xbox related, but
Hey,
it might lead us into our next little show note.
You're gonna start that? You want to start that already?
You just get it out.
Get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way.
Get it
quick.
over. So, folks, what he is talking about is we have made an executive decision to change the podcast a little. I'll say we're putting a halt on strictly Xbox related podcasting, and we're gonna try and open it up to a little bit more of the gaming community. You want to go into any more depth than that?
No, I mean we're gonna stop doing Xbox specific content. There's no specific reason besides that we all like to play different things besides Xbox. You like to play PC. Lou loves his Switch.
And we have friends
who started playing PlayStation again, and I don't know. It's good to branch out, and it'll be good to be able to talk about every console and not just the Xbox, I guess.
Yeah, it'll definitely open us up to a lot more different news and even the possibility of bringing on a lot more different people if we wanted to bring people onto the podcast.
Yeah, different news, different games. I mean, I showed you that list a while ago, the amount of exclusives that PlayStation seems like they'll be getting the next year and this past year. It's a lot, so missing out on that stuff because we're so solely focused on Xbox. It would suck to miss out on some really great games.
Yeah. So there's the news drop. We are going to try and transition pretty smoothly. I think we're going to end this podcast tonight and see if we can't ramp up the new formed podcast next week. Timing, whether it'll be Tuesday nights or maybe we'll get to you on the weekends. We haven't really decided on that yet. We haven't really decided on anything yet.
No, a main reason that we switched to Tuesday to start recording the show instead of Sunday was so we could get the deals of the gold out as they were announced, so listeners had the whole week to go out and grab these deals.
That's true. If we were telling them the deals of the week on Sunday night and they weren't hearing it till Monday, they had 12 hours.
Right, and that's essentially what we were doing. So switching it over was good for everybody.
But now that, we're more focused on the entire gaming world, we don't really have to be too specific about, gaming gold or deals with gold and some of those other things. So we can really open it up to recording anytime we want.
Yeah.
Which would be nice.
A lot less restrictions, I think.
A lot more free-flowing. You'll get PC content, Switch content. Everyone's getting a PS4. I know Waterloo just bought his PS4 today.
Yep.
He's going to pick it up. So hopefully that brings a little bit larger community to our podcast as well. Slow growth, which we expected. You're not going to just take off overnight, even if you wish to. But I think this is going to really help us get out there, feel more comfortable in a podcast if we can just talk about what we're more comfortable with. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, me too. We're still looking for a name for the show, so we're open to suggestions if anyone out there in podcast land has any. Something with gaming. Something that kind of includes gaming.
Gaming, we like the idea of staying a community.
Definitely.
Important.
Community is important no matter what the name of the podcast is going to be. So not necessarily the new podcast will have the word community in it, but it'll definitely be focused around the community.
True. So we've been spitballing a ton of names, but nothing's really stuck so far.
No, the few things that have
already
stuck.
Taken.
Yeah, once you do a quick Google search, you find out that everything's taken. No original ideas here.
We're trying.
I'm surprised Xbox Community Cast wasn't taken.
That's true.
That was kind of cool. But
that is true. Which kind of sucks that we can't just
use the Xbox Community Cast where we talk about the Xbox and everything else.
Everything else. I mean, it wouldn't be
the video game community cast.
We have to
the games community cast.
The life games community cast.
Big games, little community.
You know what this means,
Cast.
Risky? You
What's
can
up?
even talk about board games if you wanted.
Talking about board games. I'm going to talk about card games. I'll talk about
Some Yu-Gi-Oh,
crossword puzzles,
Hearthstone.
word searches,
Ugh, I'm really good at solitaire,
backgammon,
but
Minesweeper.
I'm not good at Minesweeper.
Minesweeper's the best.
I play it a lot, and then for some reason it just doesn't click. Just doesn't click. But solitaire I'm pretty good at. My dad and I played that a lot. So I think that it is time for the news. How about you, Risky?
I was so excited for the news that I hit that button before you even finished talking. That's how
That's-
excited I am about this
I guess so.
crazy news week.
So what do you have for me?
Well, there's a few things. That's just a bad. I can't wait till there's just not lists for me to read off. But Battleborn. Did you ever play Battleborn?
I watched it.
It was-
I followed a streamer who was so into Battleborn, she got the Battleborn symbol tattooed on her bicep.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Didn't do real well. It came out around the same time Overwatch did, and you can see how successful Overwatch is. So clearly, Battleborn was overshadowed. But Battleborn's going free to play actually. Slightly. Yeah. I mean, it's not costing you anything to get in, but with this free version, you're gonna get access to 6 heroes every week, and at the end of the week, it's gonna cycle in a new 6 heroes. But all your progress is gonna stay. So if you use one character, get him or her up to a level 10. When they do come around in the next few weeks at some point, they'll still have that progress.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool because it'll force people to play people that they normally wouldn't.
And it's good. I mean, this also helps people who are just starting the game too. It helps if you get into it. There's a rotation of players that you can play without having to do too much work into the game.
Right.
I know League of Legends does this as well. They
Yeah.
have 130 champions, and there's 11 to free play if you're just starting out the game.
Okay, and that's kind of like Paladins, how Paladins had like 6 or something like that, so you could play just those if you wanted. I know that's what Pain and Maze did. They never bought the Founders Pack, but still got to play with us every night that we played or whatever, just using specific characters. And they were diverse enough where it's not like you were stuck with all snipers or all tanks or something. You got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and it's cool because they can also use that. So if they notice, like, I don't know, one group of characters isn't being played, if you put 4 of those 6 free characters as that group of players, or as that group of champions, then you can force people to kind of get into that role. I know it's
Right.
something that some games do as well. If there's a champion pool that's not being played a lot, if you make that the free champions, then you can have people play them because they kind of have to at some point.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think this is good for the game. It is slightly different than Overwatch, where it feels more. I don't know a ton about MOBAs, but it feels like a first-person MOBA, kind of where you have like the different towers you have to take down, and there's actually like minions or mobs or whatever you call them,
Minions.
where you get points for doing that, and then you can spend the points on like resurrecting or erecting turrets, things like that.
Oh, that's different.
Erecting like speed boosts to help your team get back into the fight. I think it just didn't get played that much by our group, at least, because it came out at the same time as Overwatch, and everybody was pumped on Overwatch. So we all ended up playing that. It's like he didn't want to pay $60 twice for 2 games that were kind of similar. Gameplay wise, they're definitely a little different. But I mean, it's free, so why not get out there and try it?
I mean, and Overwatch isn't a MOBA, right? Overwatch is a
No, it's just like
first-person shooter. but
like a hero
they're
shooter.
similar enough styles where no one would really venture over to Bloodborne.
Right, like it's nowhere. The Battleborn Overwatch comparison is nowhere near what Paladins and Overwatch are as a game. Like those games are
Similarity.
completely like similar.
The same.
Battleborn, I would say, is different than them for sure.
That's unfortunate that I didn't get enough people then.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully this helps then. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be like
Can we call it the For Honor effect?
the For Honor. Speaking of For Honor, why don't you want to touch on?
Did you have
Since-
anything else? Did you have anything else about Bloodborne?
No, Battleborn.
Just Battleborn.
Jesus. Bloodborne's a PS4 exclusive that maybe we can talk about at some point
Now
in the
that we're-
next podcast.
Hey.
The new podcast. Waterloo isn't here this week. He's going down to Georgia to eat a lot of peaches. So we figured we would.
Cover his almost exclusive For Honor content.
We'd cover some, yeah.
So I know what I think it was episode 5 or 6. We talked about the decrease in players in For Honor,
By 50% back then is what it was.
and so they patched, and it's now to 95%
It's a 95% drop
drop
off.
off.
Yep.
So 5% of you who have been playing For Honor since the beginning are still there.
Since the beta, yeah. So they released some numbers. The game currently is peaking at about 3.4 or 3,400.
Yep, 3.4 thousand.
3.4 thousand players, and during the beta, it was actually up somewhere near 71,000. So
Yikes.
not a lot of people are hanging in there. I don't know. I'm not sure what they need to do. I know, like, Lewis gets excited when there's new characters. Like, they just dropped 2 new characters.
So I
don't
wonder
know
if they waited a couple weeks, if this number would have been any better now that they dropped new characters and.
That could be, yeah. I don't know when exactly. I think these numbers, they had to have been kind of recent, but yeah, definitely not looking good for For Honor. It's been out a while though. Like most single player experiences, at least you play it and then it's just kind of over with. But I guess the studio is probably looking for people to be playing all the time, spending currency on the in-game currency. To buy new characters, buy new outfits, skins, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But this might the tiny amount they have left, that 5%, that could totally be the 5% of people that spends the money to buy all this stuff, the whales, if you will, what they're looking for.
Hopefully for them. I mean, are there really any other games out like this style at this point?
Well, that's the thing. It's completely different than
It's
pretty
like,
much any other game out there.
It's like the Evolve Friday the 13th kind of feel, where there really haven't been other games where it's 5v1 and you can play any of the characters, bad or good.
Yeah, and this is just, it's like, it reminds me of a fighting game like Injustice or Mortal Kombat, where you need to be super technical with your button presses, except for it's like a third-person action game. So like it's a game that I tried playing and I just wasn't good at it because I probably didn't play it enough to get good at it, but like Lewis has been playing it for so long that he's actually gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah. So maybe it's be the other thing is talking about that is it might just scare away newcomers as well. Like if you haven't been in the beta and you haven't been practicing and you try to get into that game, like I know when I tried to play.
Like I played. Did you play in the? Or you didn't play in the beta, you just played once you and Lou started game sharing.
Yep.
I played in the beta, and from the beta, that's what led me to not purchase the game. Because I was playing it, and I was like, yeah, it's not like sword combat. It's not really my thing. And it was super technical, and I wasn't that good at it, to be honest. But it clicked with Waterloo for whatever reason. So
he just likes bashing them heads in.
Like cracking them skulls and whatever else he says.
We had
slicing brains open.
We had something
gross
to see
stuff.
what's inside.
If I could do a nose whistle for you, I'd do it right now. I tried.
So what else is on the docket here? We have an announcement from EA for E3. They're gonna have their Battlefront 2 demo out. That's Saturday, right?
Yeah, Saturday 5 o'clock.
Right.
EA's kicking off E3 first. So, yeah, they just talked about what they were actually going to show from Battlefront. So they're going to do the Battle of Theed on Naboo. It's going to be a bunch of clone troopers against Imperial droids and that kind of stuff. They also said that they're going to show some stuff. They're going to show some Darth Maul, and I think they said they're going to show Rey, I think. So we're definitely going to get to see some new characters. We're going to see the 20v20 battle mode, whatever that may be, kind of like a conquest from Battlefield, maybe.
What's the highest Battlefield got to? Did it get to 2020?
I think Battlefield's past that. It was like 32.
Was it?
Yeah. So, I'm sure they'll... I don't remember what the original Battlefront was as far as big games went, but it probably was 2020, so they might be keeping that just the same and not going any higher than that, which I'm all about higher player counts for sure. I think those giant maps with 32 people on each side, that's a lot of fun. I feel like you see someone all the time, but
I guess that's true. Do you ever find that it doesn't look good enough for you at that point, though? Like if they have to make it so that you can have 32 people on each side, do they allow themselves to not make it pretty enough?
Uh, no, not, and I'm only saying that because like Battlefield 1 that just came out and the original Battlefront are both beautiful when you're in game. Yeah, they're that Frostbite engine. That's a real nice engine. It can make a lot of stuff happen on the screen and make it all look real pretty.
So maybe they'll come out with something higher if they, if people are playing the 20v20, they can come out with something that's, a higher play count. More people in the game means you seeing more people and more different skill levels, and more people in game means more people playing your game. So if you can get up to that 32 and get a lot of people in, go for it.
Yeah, for sure. I saw something this week. It was about The Witcher, the author of the book series. He was offered 9,500, or he sold the rights to The Witcher to CD Projekt Red, who developed all the Witcher games.
Yep.
Sold them the rights for $9,500. This was, I don't know why this news is just coming out now, because he sold them years and years and years ago.
Sometimes there's like disclaimers where you can't talk about the amounts or anything for like 10 years or something.
Yeah, or I don't know if like the right person just finally got interviewed about it or what. So yeah, he sold those rights for $9,500, and the Witcher series now has sold 25 million copies throughout all 3 games and expansions.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that's $60 a game. I mean, at the most $60 a game. Now I think it sells for like 30, but still, the amount of money that this guy missed out on is probably huge. He was also offered a deal before he just sold it for $9,500 that he would make a certain amount of money off of each copy sold. It must have been a kind of a small number, so he wasn't all about it. He was just like, just give me my 10 grand and I'll be done with it. That guy's
he's
missing
done
out.
Screwed up, sir.
Yeah,
You're done screwed up.
He also thinks that it was the same article that the Witcher game series takes away from his book sales as well. Yeah. So really, this guy just screwed himself pretty bad.
You mentioned that because it's the same author we talked about who's working with the TV series, right?
Yeah, he's advising on it. He's doesn't have like an official role, but yeah, he's advising on the Netflix Witcher series as well, which is just going to be probably another thing that Netflix is going to make, and Netflix is going to make a bunch of money off this series if it's awesome.
He's going to be like on the outside looking in. Like that could have been me.
I mean, I would assume he's probably pretty well off. I know the books, I don't know if they do super well here, but I think I want to say he's from like Scandinavia or Sweden maybe, and I think they do really well over there.
Obviously, not 25 million copies. Well,
I highly doubt it.
But, well, you missed out a little bit there. But you have the chance to make this Netflix series nice.
Yeah,
and the way you want. I guess if you don't think the games are kind of how you want them to be, although Risky over here seems to like them a lot. So,
I do. They
did well. So we definitely touched base on Shadow of War. It's the second coming of Shadow of Mordor.
Yep, the sequel.
They announced this week that it has been delayed. A lot of games have been getting delayed recently, but it's going from August to October 10th. They have a date. It puts it right in between Destiny 2 and right before COD. So maybe if there's a lull in between the games, people will play it.
Yeah,
You're getting tough. We told you it was really good to bring it out at that point because we didn't have too much before Destiny 2 coming out. So we said August is great.
August would be great just because the giants that are Destiny and Call of Duty, those are all
Battlefront,
yeah, those are all later in the year. But now they're just trying to throw their hat into the ring right in the middle of these huge games coming out. So, I mean, either way, I'm going to get it. The first game I thought was great, so I'm sure the second one is just going to be bigger and better. I just don't know if I'll get to put in the time that I would have if it came out in August and I had like a whole month in August and some of September to work on it.
Before Destiny 2 came out.
Before Destiny come out, because like that'll swallow up a lot of time. So, and that's the other thing is like a lot of people that are playing Destiny, they don't just play it for, it's not like you beat the campaign and you quit. It's like,
there's grinding to do
I played
afterwards.
Destiny for 3 years, like on and off, but a lot of time into it.
You don't get 1,600 hours just playing the campaign.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope it does well. It's a good game series, and it's gonna suck if they take a hit to their sales because of. I'm assuming they delayed it for polish, since that's why everybody delays their games. So
Hopefully
I guess
that
we'll
polish
see.
is worth it. Yeah.
This week we did get a trailer. It's a brief trailer, like a teaser trailer, which for FIFA 18, I should say that first. It was Ronaldo running down the field, getting tripped, and then having to take like a PK. Spoilers: he makes the PK, and then celebrates. It was like a 30-second clip, but it was just announced that the game was coming out. We got a release date of September 29th. Since we were just talking about Destiny, I don't think it's a big deal because like FIFA kids and Destiny kids, I'd say, are kind of separated. Like the diehard FIFA people, even if they're playing Destiny, are gonna drop everything to play FIFA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you have people who make a living off of streaming and playing FIFA.
Of just FIFA, right? The Ultimate Team stuff, that's huge.
So, a game like this that's been in the gaming industry for so long doesn't get hit as hard as your Shadows of War, which have a game out already, but they haven't been around for years and years and years.
Yeah, like I've talked about this before. There's people who buy an Xbox, and like their games for the year are FIFA, Madden, and like Call of Duty, and that's all they'll play for the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a financial thing or it's just like these are my games. Like I'm not gonna stray far from this path because I'll put so many hours into these like couple games. But
yeah.
Story mode is returning, or the journey is what it was called the first time. It's called Hunter Returns. So Alex Hunter is going to be coming back again. So I guess he doesn't, kind of like spoilers. What if I didn't know he was going to live through my whole story?
Yeah, Lord, how many seasons can you play before he has to retire? But then he gets a whole new game.
Maybe Hunter Returns is him coming to the MLS because he's hitting that retirement age where he's like 40, so he needs to go play somewhere where the competition isn't as high.
Or maybe you just play out his whole season. One of your things is you have to get married, and then you have a kid. Because Hunter is the last name.
Yeah, that's true. And
so maybe Alex Hunter's kid, his grandfather's great-grandson, is following in his footsteps.
It is, yeah, and it is funny because that kind of was like the premise of the first game. Is like you were Alex Hunter, and your grandfather was this great soccer player who played for Man U, and like you went to go play for his team. So it'd kind of be cheesy if like that was the story. It's like, no, now you're Alex Hunter's son, Toby Hunter.
Maybe Alex Hunter just buys an MLS team,
and it turns into
plays for him,
and it just turns into like a management thing.
Oh, that would be horrible.
Like you don't get to play, you just get to like
watch everybody else play,
mess with like salaries and numbers and all that terrible stuff I don't want to do when I'm trying to play FIFA.
Yeah, let's just play FIFA. Let's not do that. Can we not do that, please? Manager Simulator.
Yeah, Football Manager. I think that's actually a game with spreadsheets and stuff. It sounds real boring. I bet you British people are into it.
Probably. Don't you guys work over there or something?
I doubt it.
Probably.
I said something about Cristiano Ronaldo being the main person on the trailer, and that's because he's taking the cover of FIFA 18 for the first time ever, which...
super surprising, actually.
Yeah, when I saw that it was the first time he'd ever taken it, I was like, how? What? How? He's one of the... He's not, like, that old, but he's one of, like, the greatest players to play, so...
I haven't played FIFA or been into FIFA in a while, so I don't know all of the covers, but I feel like it's mostly related about MLS and the stars that come up through MLS that usually get the cover. I feel like there's been a couple of Messis.
Yeah.
But other than Messi, I couldn't tell you what other like European, Spanish players would have been on that cover. I couldn't think of a Zidane. I couldn't think of a...
I don't know enough about
I don't know.
European soccer.
Did a Ronaldo or Ronaldinho get on it?
Ronaldinho must have been on something. But, like, I think you're probably also thinking of this because Dempsey was on the cover last year. I wish I knew who was on the cover these last few years.
Super interesting, actually.
Chicharito, I think he got a cover. Neymar I think Neymar took a cover. Harry Kane might be on the cover of FIFA 17. Maybe. I don't know. I know he's the a-hole that came and took my spot on Manchester United, so I'm just assuming he was probably the guy on the cover of the game. But I'm not really sure. Are you looking up what FIFA covers?
I am. Holy cow, that's old.
I would say you probably originally had some. It was like international teams, like Team USA.
The other thing is they don't have like the names on there. So
you're
unless we
you're gonna-
recognize somebody,
yeah, just scroll
I mean-
to the latest games. I'm not gonna be able to tell you who was on the cover of
David
FIFA
Beckham has to be
97.
here somewhere, right?
I'm
There's
sure.
Thierry Henry.
All right.
That's when he was playing for Arsenal. Ronaldo and
Brazilian Ronaldo.
Paul Scholes? No,
Michael Carrick. I can't tell who that is. I can't see your iPad.
oh, there's Ronaldinho
Yep.
and Thierry Henry and I forget the Juventus player.
Weird that Thierry Henry didn't make the cover once he came to the MLS. There's-
Ronaldinho and Wayne Rooney.
Rooney in 2006.
So,
Rooney
Wayne
again.
and Ronaldinho again. Wayne Rooney and Ronaldinho again. Wayne Rooney and
What?
Ronaldinho again. Wayne Rooney again.
Wayne Rooney has been on the cover of at least 4 in a row of these
I think
FIFA games.
Is that Jason Terry? And I don't know the other player. Wayne Rooney again.
Wow.
And Kaká. Wayne Rooney again. And I couldn't even tell you, an Arsenal player. Finally, no Wayne Rooney, but that's Messi. Messi and
Chelsea man.
Cole, I think. Messi.
Oh, see, so that's weird because I think a lot of these are depending on the covers too. Because like my FIFA 16 definitely has Clint Dempsey on the front of it.
Okay.
So I don't know if they changed them for like special editions or what.
They could.
That's the guy. He plays for BVB. I don't know who it is though. I just want to say Harry Kane because, like I said, he's the jerk that took my spot on Man U. So
Could very much be. And then
Hey.
here's the 18.
there's Ronaldo,
So,
and that's
Weird.
been your FIFA fix for episode 10, 11, whatever episode we're on. The
I think-
final episode.
I think I said, did I say 11? I think I said 11.
Hopefully it's at 11. If you didn't say
Oh.
11, we're on episode 11. Woohoo!
Whatever.
Last bit of news that I wanted to touch on was the Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind expansion dropped today, June 6th. Brought a few new things. We got a Battlegrounds mode, which is the PvP mode. It's a 4v4v4, which is, it's kind of cool, right?
That's definitely
You
different.
don't see that a lot, so...
No, I feel. Was there a Destiny mode that had 3 separate teams? I thought there was.
Not
Maybe
that
not.
I can recall. I don't think so.
I feel like there was another game that had that style in it, but that's definitely cool. I mean, I've never played Elder Scrolls Online.
Me, Payne, and Waterloo played it for a little while. The like questing systems were real weird, where it wouldn't tell you what quest. Like everybody had to be on the same quest no matter what. You couldn't like invite somebody to a quest. Like everybody had to go to the quest giver, click on something at the same time, and then you could all go do it. But like if you beat it already, you couldn't play it with your friends. It was kind of weird.
You couldn't replay it, really?
I don't remember. I feel like we couldn't. We also did a good job of just playing when each other were on.
Yeah.
I think if you do it that way, it's probably not too bad. But back to Morrowind, the Battlegrounds mode, or Battlegrounds is like their PvP. That's just what they call it. But you're gonna get Team Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and Domination for your modes. They're also implementing leaderboards, and I don't want to say seasonal rewards because I'm not sure if it's a seasonal thing, but depending on how well you do in PvP, you're gonna get rewards like armor, weapons, maybe mounts, that kind of stuff. We got a new class, the Warden class, who uses ice magic, nature magic. I don't know what nature magic is. I think that had something to do with healing, so like his healing powers. And then he can summon like companion animals. Like I know one of his ultimates, he summons this giant bear, and you can just send it to go maul people.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool. Who?
Tibbers.
Tippers?
Tibbers.
Who's Tibbers? Oh
It's
boy, don't even
a
know.
League of Legends thing that you'll figure out in some of the next
all right,
episodes
cool.
if we talk
I'm
about
excited. kind of.
I haven't.
We did get one giant new zone called Vardenfell. It's a remake of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, which was the name of that
Whole
game. So this new zone takes you to Vardenfell, which was the big open area in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And that's from 15 years ago. So like I saw, it was weird because they did like a quick run through of what the new area looked like. But it was tough for me to be nostalgic for it because I didn't play
Morrowind?
Morrowind in the day.
You mean back when you were 10? You didn't play Morrowind?
13, but yeah, okay, that's a good point actually. Man, that's crazy. But apparently it's a solid recreation of that game, and I know a lot of people that did grow up with that. This is awesome for them as far as a nostalgia factor.
Yeah, I played an Elder Scrolls, but I couldn't tell you which one.
Did you play Skyrim? Because that's an Elder Scrolls game.
No, I didn't play. I never got into Skyrim.
You got into lockpicking for Skyrim.
I got lockpicking for Elder Scrolls.
I think it's the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It was the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. There's also the
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Skyrim. It was a while ago.
Okay, so it might have been one before that, maybe. Maybe I don't know how that series actually goes. Like, I played a little bit of Skyrim, but I couldn't get all the way through it.
I feel like it was 4 or 5. Elder Scrolls 4, something Super Scroll. I don't remember, but I played a little bit of it. I just lockpicked. Yeah, that's pretty much. I watched my buddy play the actual game, and then when he got to a lock, I would just pick it because that was fun for me. I don't know.
I think it works, I guess.
Yeah. So, maybe does Lou have Elder Scrolls? Do we have Elder Scrolls?
The thing is, I'm pretty sure we both bought my hard copy of Elder Scrolls is over there. So as far as like an MMO-ish kind of game, this one didn't come with like a monthly subscription, kind of like World of Warcraft or something like that. This is you buy it once and you have it. And there's things you can buy to like boost your XP. There's cosmetic items, all the kind of microtransactions that we're used to at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So we both bought the hard copy of it. So, but you are more than welcome to take it because it wasn't for me, I don't think, and I also don't think playing it by yourself is gonna be very fun. So,
yeah,
maybe steer clear.
I think it would be okay.
But definitely for people of like fans of Elder Scrolls Online, I think this is probably pretty awesome for those people. I think it was $40 maybe if you already had the main game. So not too bad for the amount of content I think they're adding. So
yeah,
if you're into it, go get it.
Personally, MMOs I find are a little bit better on PC.
I mean, you definitely have a lot more options, that's for sure. I couldn't name you too many
MMOs on.
Like we have Neverwinter, that's one of them, and then we have Elder Scrolls. Other than that,
I failed to find one as well.
Yeah, so your options are vaster on PC for sure.
And Elder Scrolls Online is on PC as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Neverwinter probably is too. I know like PS4 has Final Fantasy 14. I know that's big.
That's an MMO.
Yeah.
Open that up.
And also the new, I played a little bit of this and we'll talk about it later, but that Marvel Heroes Omega game that's coming to console June 20th, that's an MMO, or yeah, it has to be classified as an MMO. There's like the main like hub world, there's like 20, 30 people running around with me, and you just like, you're going through the world and everybody else is there. Yeah, so I don't think there's a lot of options. I think Elder Scrolls isn't bad though. Just not for me. I don't know if MMOs are really my thing. So I don't know.
It's a lot more grinding than
Right, like the closest thing I've come to an MMO and loved it is Destiny, and that's kind of just like a shared world kind of thing. It's like it has like MMO elements, but it's definitely not an MMO. You say MMO too much, and MMOs. It's called MOs.
I think one of the tough things about these harder grinding MMOs is you just feel like you don't get a lot out of them. Like, you play Destiny, and if you finish a match in the Crucible, you get a drop. even if it's something you don't want, you still got something.
And you can always turn your drop into materials that'll help you in some other way.
And there's always something it seems like you can go for that's useful, or you just play because your friends are on. Where, like, I know back in my college days, I played World of Warcraft because everyone on my floor played World of Warcraft in the dorms. So it was different getting in there late like that, but then it also felt like you were doing hours and hours and hours worth of grinding for that one cool staff.
But so it's kind of weird because that's kind of like what Destiny was, where it's like you wanted a Galahorn, you were gonna grind for hours and hours doing different events, different kind of stuff to get what you were looking for, or like looking for the perfect roll of a shotgun. That could take you hundreds of hours to really roll something perfect. I don't know what it is about Destiny. It could just be how good of a game it is mechanically. Like, it's a hell of a shooter. So
I guess that could be it. I don't know. That's just what I found about it. Just felt over grindy.
That's definitely a staple of MMOs is that grind. So
yeah.
Do you want to shut that door? I think Waterloo's here. I don't know if he's gonna pop in and say hi or not, but
did you turn his mic off?
No, his mic's on. If he
Probably.
wants to say hi.
We'll close that up like that, just in case.
But I think
as far as news for this podcast, though, that's I think we covered all bases.
I think you're whispering.
Oh, was I turned too far? I'm sorry.
Yeah, when we tested, you were nice and
loud, and now I'm just talking regularly, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta stop looking towards me.
Well, I
just have a conversation with the computer in front of you.
Stare at the microphone, and the microphone is.
Hopefully, someday you'll just be staring at a camera over there.
Hello.
Actually, I think it's weirder, isn't it? If you just stare at your audience the whole time.
Well, no, because I've streamed and I've made videos before. So.
Yeah, but you're usually looking at your game.
Yeah, but I talk to it.
I'm just gonna be talking to you guys, and I'm just gonna open my eyes real wide, and I'm just gonna stare at it like this.
I wink a lot, so don't be scared.
Don't do that.
Well, I wink at them all the time.
That's weird.
Maybe even the noises. Was that? I thought that was Lou on the messages. So it looks like we're ready for games and deals with gold.
All right, I'll take over deals and games with gold.
Hey, cool.
For now. Oh, hey, I thought you were answering your phone. Our games with gold did change because it is the 6th of the month. Free for this whole month, we have Speed Runners.
I watched you play some of that the other day.
It was intense.
Like super fun.
Yeah, it's 2D. You're side scrolling. You're literally racing around a course infinitely, as far as I could tell, until you can get far enough ahead that the last person falls out of the screen. And as people start to fall off the screen because they're going too slow, they're out until the next round. It's the first person to win. 3 of them wins. And as you're going, you have like grappling hooks that you can grapple on things to pull you forward. There's little power-up boxes. You can drop boxes in front of your competitors. You can grapple them. It's a fun little racing game, and its debut was for Xbox One Game with Gold. So it's the first time that this has been available to Xbox, and it's free. Definitely download it. It's a lot of fun. I think if you have 4 friends that will play it.
Can you play co-op over?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
It's a great couch co-op game. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So that's free for the whole month. Also, we mentioned last week that Phantom Dust came back, and that was released for free. We have the Phantom Dust multiplayer content pack. I don't know what that contains. I haven't really looked into Phantom Dust at all, but that's free all month as well. And then middle of the month, you have Watch Dogs. That's going to be your Xbox One games. Right now, you can get Assassin's Creed 3 for the 360 up until the 15th, and then the latter half of the month is going to be Dragon Age Origins. So those are your free games. I think we talked about them last podcast just because, like I said, Watch Dogs was good, especially for free.
Did you mention the Speedrunners?
I don't know if I mentioned if I did mention Speedrunners, it was just the name because I hadn't actually seen what the game was at all.
Yeah.
When I just recently played it, that was the first time I had gotten around to it. So definitely fun, definitely worth the free.
Sweet.
Really think it
Hold
would be
on.
worth
Hey, there's Waterloo.
Hey, there he is.
Why
Hey
don't-
guys.
wait,
Hey.
Turn your mic on quick.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
We announced that the podcast is switching.
Yes it is.
So,
Do you have any input you want to say on that for our lovely community?
do you have any input you want to throw in
You got a
here?
haircut.
Doesn't he look
wasn't-
nice?
He
Oh,
does.
that's right. I did it on Sunday.
It looks really. Was that part of the news? I mean, part
No,
of.
it should have
no,
been.
a
How's
week?
your week?
Yeah,
been
you
going?
all
I mean,
trimmed up.
We
You
went
look
from
like a
me
person.
asking you how your week was to talking about the switcheroo, so I never really got to my week.
That's
but
true. I didn't ask you back. That was my bad.
It's all good.
Waterloo. We said you were going to Georgia. I didn't say for what though. What are you going down there for?
It's my cousin's wedding, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right. You
I'm
bringing
gonna-
your Switch with you?
I am. I have my Switch in my bag right
Cool,
now,
cool.
and I'm also bringing a brand new spanking G6 with me too.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
the LG
Right?
G6. We're talking cell phones, folks.
Oh yeah, cell phone games all the way.
With some sweet headphones, I see too.
Yeah, my buddy Josh Brooks let me borrow these.
Splurging,
Yeah, no, I'm only borrowing them.
borrowing.
Splurging later. He said he can get me some for cheap.
Cool.
They're pretty dope.
I
They
bet
like
you can.
vibrate, and I hear them in.
I was gonna say they're definitely not in your ear. They're in front of your ear.
Yeah, but they vibrate into your it's like military stuff, so you can I can still hear you and listen to music.
You're freaking me out.
I actually like that though.
Yeah.
That would be really useful at the office. 'Cause I always have to mute my headphones when Tyler.
Nah, I just put in my headphones so I don't have to hear other people.
That's true. I do like to ignore people as well.
Yeah, but it's pretty sweet. I'm excited. What were we talking about when I busted in here on you guys?
We just finished up Games of Gold and we were going into Deals of Gold.
Deals of
Shopa took over hosting duties. That's another thing that will be new on the new show. We're gonna let Shopa and his beautiful voice
Hello, everyone.
take over. My wealth of knowledge can be better used off to the side, maybe inputting stuff. And Shopa's beautiful voice can guide the show, and then Waterloo can.
Not sure why I'm here, but yeah, I'm here for fun.
Hey, there it is. That's all we really care about. But well,
It was my phone was vibrating a table, so it's sitting on my leg. It's also very cold, which is nice in this hot room.
did you pick up your PlayStation?
I didn't because it was closed.
No.
The pickup part was.
They'll hold it for a week though,
Yeah.
or I can pick it up for you. It doesn't really matter.
I have the order number downstairs on a piece of paper
Okay.
if you'd like to do that.
Yeah, we'll
for me.
figure it out.
Cool.
You're gonna have to let me know when you come home though, because it might end up in my living room. Real
I
quick.
won't let that happen.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay.
You can believe them
I
all you
will be
want.
home Monday sometime.
Monday?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say hey guys, and signing off on the last
Last Xbox
Xbox
community.
cast. So just want to get my voice in on there, guys.
It's been fun,
Alright.
Lou. Safe travels.
All right. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you.
See ya.
All right, so let's hop back into Deals with Gold. There isn't a ton this week, and if I had to speculate, it would be because E3 is coming up, and I think we're gonna get a pretty good week of deals, E3 week. So hopefully we see some good stuff coming out of there. I know that during the press conference they'll pop stuff up that's like, hey, pre-order this game now that just got announced, and you'll get a discount, or this is a sequel to this game, so the first one is discounted now. But so I'll just talk about a few of them for this week. We had Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which is an older game. This is the Gold Edition, so that's going to be all your DLC, probably some loot boxes, since that's the thing in Call of Duty now. $36, down from something. Dragon Age Inquisition Deluxe Edition. That won Game of the Year in a couple places. I think in 2014, $5. It is in the EA Access Vault, so if you have that, it's already there for you. But if you don't subscribe to that, $5 for a game that big, it's making me grin thinking about how good of a deal that is. If you don't own Dragon Age Inquisition, $5, go get it for sure. NHL 17, kind of in the same boat as far as EA Access. This game's $10. Not too shabby.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
playoffs are going on right now, so I'm sure there's some people that are looking to get their hockey fix in for the newest, greatest NHL game. $10, not too bad.
yeah, I played a couple of them. I like to play the big head version, where you play the 2v2 mode.
Or NHL Hits, where there's just a power hit button and you can just lay people out. That was a lot of fun. The last thing that we have, it's just a lot of virtual currency for all sorts of different games. The Call of Duties, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, For Honor, Ghost Recon Wildlands, all their in-game currencies to buy stuff are discounted. So that's, like I said, not a ton of deals this week. There were a few other ones, but those were the main ones. Party Hard, I know that's one. I think it went from $15 down to maybe $4 or $5. The premise of that game is that you're a cranky old guy and your neighbors are partying too hard, so you go all serial killery American Psycho and you just murder people, like all these kids that are being way too loud. You just kill them all, I'm assuming in different ways. I know some people liked it from what I'd heard, so that might be one to look at too. Definitely probably not like any other game you've been playing.
That sounds very strange.
Yeah, it sounds like
if you go and play Friday the 13th and you love being
Jason,
then
you might love mowing people down in your apartment complex for being too loud.
Hey,
maybe it'll also
man.
Make you second guess cranking the volume up to 10 when you got a cranky neighbor.
That's also true.
You never know.
Turn your music down, youngins.
Yeah, you live in an apartment complex full of old people.
Yeah, but
can you imagine if one of them got pissed and had an Uzi?
I mean,
yeah, they'd find you. They'd find you, Shopa, and they'd kill you.
But one neighbor can't even see out of his left eye, so
that's even scarier.
How? He has no depth perception.
He has no depth perception. He's also just going to be spraying and praying with his Uzis. You better get down.
Ugh. Yeah, that is kind of scary.
That is scary.
Yikes.
It's a scary world we live in. With all those old people with Uzis.
What a strange gun.
Yeah, that's all I got for deals and games, though.
Well, it's a slow week leading up to E3. Everyone's getting super excited. I'm pretty sad. I have a wedding on Saturday, so I'm...
So you'll miss out on EA?
I don't know when the wedding is.
Okay.
Or how long I have to stay at a reception.
You can probably also duck out for an hour and go sit on the toilet.
I don't know. It's in Boonville.
So you probably won't have internet.
I don't even know if I do have internet. It's in a barn.
Probably not then.
But I know we might do a viewing party for a good chunk of E3.
Sunday stuff, I think. Yeah, definitely.
My 4K TV sounds like it's a good choice.
Yeah, that it's tough at E3 now. Like, these game developers are trying to show off their great 4K content, and most people are watching it on their tiny cell phones or watching it on their 1080 TVs. So they're like, they want you to see how amazing it looks, but you can't because you don't have the 4K TV. So you having that, great.
Apple will use it to its full advantage.
We'll use all the 4Ks.
All four of
all
the
4K
4Ks.
of them. Yep.
All four of the yep. So I'm excited for that this weekend. And let's see, what have we been playing, Risky? What did you play this past week?
I did a lot of sitting in lobbies waiting for broken games to try to work.
And what games were those?
The Calling and Friday the 13th. Holy shit. I have never had to sit in a game lobby for so long, like, with nothing happening. Friday the 13th has been out since what? Not this past Friday, the Friday before.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going on almost 2 weeks now, and I can't get into a game reliably with people. And this is a $40 game that's not in game preview, that's just completely broken.
You sound agitated about that.
The game itself, even if it functioned fine, isn't worth $40.
But now that it doesn't function well and you can't get into a game,
it makes me want to whip my Xbox through the freaking wall.
Where's that return policy? Xbox?
Oh my god, right? You know how? Why is that not a thing right now? The amount of money I would have saved the last 2 weeks. I mean, it's like $65, but
hey,
it's $65. That's another game that functions out of the box.
Well, the other game you're talking about is The Culling, and that now works.
Yeah, so The Culling got its shit together a little quicker than Friday the 13th. That game came out.
It only came out
this past Friday.
Was it
came out on
second?
Friday?
Yeah, so Friday.
Okay, so it comes out on Friday. You've got all weekend to play. But
no, we didn't.
But you can't play.
No, we did
because it's broken. So I think yesterday they finally patched it up, fixed it. Which it's not even a reliable patch because
Was it last night that I played it with Lou?
yeah, because I hopped in after you guys went to bed and were done playing. I
Last
hopped
night's
in
when
with
we
Lou.
played Overwatch. Yeah, because I made that big bowl of spaghetti.
That's also Well, that's
That's
good that's
food,
how you
Food is
remember.
my like timeline.
Yeah,
Whenever
perfect.
I ate is an important part of my life.
But yeah, so they did patch it, but there's still been times where people like we've had a hard time getting into games. But as of now, it seems to be running fine. Friday the 13th is still messed up.
I think it's been out for almost 2 weeks, and you got into one game.
I got into 2 games, and this was a few days ago. So it's like they had it working a few days ago for some reason. That's the other thing is that if you can set up a private match now and invite people from wherever, and you can start a private match, no problem. It's the matchmaking that's so busted.
It's
like
just the actual online servers that are.
that's the thing. I don't even know if it's like the servers though, because the servers are working fine. If I post an LFG, get 5 people to join, like we can play a game.
So it's not they're connecting to you; it's everyone connecting.
It's
to,
everyone like connecting to each other. Like it's them actually getting people to connect together without them having to do it themselves. Is what it seems like.
which is dumb.
Super dumb. So I mean that's frustrating. The 2 games I did get to play were a lot of fun. Like I was one of the last counselors left, and I was just stuck with Jason. They use proximity chat, so you can hear other players when they're close enough to you, and like you can when Jason gets close to you, he can start talking shit and like be weird. I've watched some videos online and people being Jason sometimes like it's hilarious. Like they just use like little kid voices like I'm gonna get you and like shit like that. Cracks me up. But these people were loading up the car because what you're trying to do is escape from Jason, and one of your options to escape is to find a battery, find gasoline, and find keys for a car so you can get out of there. I heard these kids talking about this one kid like freaked out. He's like, I got the battery. And I was like, okay, that kid's close enough that I can hear him. The car must be close by. So I run over to this car. And I see people like getting into it. I roll up to the car. I'm like, wait. And they're like, no, sorry, dude. We got 4 people. And then this car just takes off. And I'm like, shit. All right, well, I guess I'll run then. Then Jason was behind me. And he just chased me down the road. He eventually killed me. When you play as Jason, you get different powers. Like you can morph to different parts through the map. You can like see people like they ping when you're too loud. You see little like it's like a circle kind of like off in the distance, so you can run to wherever they are, and you can like choose points of the map for you to like spawn on or to, like transport yourself or whatever. So that game's fun. The 2 games I got into, I just got excited talking about them, but I haven't been able to play since. So
And I think Payne got into 2 games as well and said they were about the same way. They were fun, but
well, that was like last night before we played Overwatch and the culling eventually. It was me, Payne, and Maze, and we just got into a 1v2. Like, I just set up a private match with just the 3 of us. So it randomly would make somebody Jason. Jason's so overpowered, though. Like, if you don't have 7 counselors working together, and, like, all your counselors aren't going to survive. So having those first couple that are going to die early as they run away from them, having them as a distraction is great. When, like, it was just me and Matt, or me and Maze running away from Payne, it's like we couldn't get very far because Jason's super OP. You have a stamina bar as a counselor, and that runs out, so you can only run for so long. The different counselors have different stats, like stamina, like speed. But when it's 2v1, it doesn't really matter who you're going to be. You're going to lose. Jason's going to cut you up.
he'll get you.
For sure. Speedrunners, like I said, that game was fun. I didn't play any Minecraft, so I can't talk to you about that. Alex Hunter, hopefully he's doing well at training, because I didn't get to talk with him this week either. So I feel like I spent the whole week sitting in lobbies trying to play The Culling and trying to play Friday the 13th. I started up Dishonored 2 and I played the first mission. That game seems like it'll be fun, but it's tough for me to sit down and just play through a game right now because I really want to play The Culling and I really want to play Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
But it's been tough. We played The Culling, though. How did you like The Culling? Well, I didn't play it with you, but you got to play with Waterloo.
I mean, I love the fact that I finally had a Hunger Games style game to play on the console. That was a lot of fun. Like most of those games, though, it still kind of feels a little wonky. I was trying to like throw stuff at people, and it seemed like the throw was just nowhere to be found.
The whole combat system is feels kind of janky.
Yeah.
As far as like the block, parry, attack.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I've never played this. So this is the first time I played The Culling, which is a lot more, I'll say, like caveman-y compared to the
To
the
PlayerUnknown's
games
Battlegrounds.
where you almost automatically find at least a pistol, or even King of the Kill. Almost every building has at least one of the major rifles and or a shotgun.
Yeah, it's like this game feels super
There's
melee
crafting,
based.
yeah,
as
and
well.
you don't do so. King of the Kill, 2-shot headshot, and your opponent's dead even if they're wearing a helmet. Your first shot takes off their helmet, and their second shot kills them. Where in this game, you do like 4.4 damage with a knife with a melee kill.
And you have 100 health.
You have 100 HP or more if you've gotten some. You get like the
They're little like
stabbies.
power ups. You can like syringes full of power ups.
So it definitely takes forever that way, and there's no infinite closing system, I'll say. So the gas is released to close everybody into the center of the arena,
Yeah.
but then it stops, and then the game could go on forever. So I played all doubles with Waterloo, but I got into a game where there were 3 people left, but they were all solo players. Everyone's teammates had been killed. So we're just running around in circles. If you go to attack the one guy, the other guy comes up from behind you and starts attacking you. So then you run away. And then when they start to fight, you try to come up and attack one of them from behind, but then everyone runs away. And then everyone's just hitting up the health for funk for health and getting all their HP back, and then trading in weapons they found on the ground for more funk, for more health.
Well, yeah. So that's one thing is that
So it feels hard to close out a game.
It does. There is a timer. I don't know if you noticed in the top left.
So, but I never got to the point where that timer did anything.
It starts at 25, and if the round's not over by 25, that gas does eventually close in on you.
Does it?
Yeah. So you probably just never got all the way. But still, if there's 3 of you left and you still have like 15 minutes, it's still going to be a while before the gas actually encloses on you. One thing about this, though, Funk, that's the currency that you can use. You can set your like care packages or whatever. So your late game care packages will have things like rifles and pistols and that kind of stuff, but you can't call them in until like the last third of the game. So like when there's 10 minutes left, people can call in their specific like care packages for like 500 funk or whatever. So you need to be saving it up. But yeah, they have like beginning level ones, mid-level, and then late game ones. So the beginning ones are going to be crappier weapons, a lot of like melee weapons. Then you might get some like bow and arrows, that kind of stuff for the second one. But then the third one, it does have like sweet weapons, but you have to stay alive and you have to get enough funk to actually be able to call those in.
And it felt like I wasn't getting a lot of funk in doubles.
Dude, I have no... How do you even get it? I
So
feel like I was just spending
the best way to get funk is to kill people. That's what it says.
Yeah, but when there's only 16 people and I get maybe a kill each game, like, that's not a lot of funk.
That's exactly
Is
it.
it? I don't know.
No,
Do you know how many you get? Like 100 or something, maybe?
I don't think so. I think it's even only like 50. per
Yeah, and
kill.
like an airdrop, I think the drops are like 500 maybe. I don't know. I haven't played a ton of it to really like figure this out.
Early game's
but
100, mid is 200, and then I want to say late is 4.
yeah.
Is
So
how it goes.
I mean, we definitely need to play it more though. I think
Oh, yeah.
the game definitely will get easier and we'll understand a lot more of the systems the more we play.
I actually I was spectating Waterloo in our last game. I had died really early because we were just like really right at the beginning, and I voice crack all the time, I guess. And I got double teamed. I was setting up like a building. I had like a bunch of traps and everything set up. And I was like, Lou, when you're done looting, come over here. And this building will be amazing. It's right near the middle. Like, we'll be fine. and then they came up while I was setting up traps from behind me and just destroyed me.
Yeah,
But he got 2 people at the very late game because I was still watching him play, and they were so good. Like
these two people they were playing,
They were level 2,
which so they weren't like that high leveled, but they could have
And-
been like PC players maybe. They were like playing with their friends on
or something.
Xbox
But
or something.
I
like
watched
that.
this one player hit 4 arrows in a row on a running Waterloo.
That's pretty good.
And then he did an amazing play, which I tried to tell him to do, but it worked so much better than I thought it was. He split them up because the one person was running slower, shooting the arrows, and one
Right.
person was running up with a spear. So he hit one of the smoke chambers, the smoke gas,
Okay, yeah.
and ran away. And the other player who was shooting arrows was on the other side of the gas. And then the player that was running towards him had to keep running towards him. So he technically got a 1v1
Right.
and fought this player. This player was way too far ahead and was really, really good because she almost read every single time he blocked. She would push him like as soon as his block got up. So they were definitely really good players. But I don't know. I think there's definitely potential in the game if you get around to playing it enough to get good. But it feels like you don't get enough funk in doubles. And I haven't played a solo game, so you might get more funk there because there's just more to go around, I think.
Yeah, and that'll make it feel bigger. A lot of these battle royale games on the PC are like 100 plus people, and like we're maxing out at 16, whether or not it's doubles or singles.
That's true.
So to me, it kind of seems like playing singles might be more fun just because there's more opponents for you. It feels like.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get like, well, you might get double teamed by alliances that have been made during actual combat. Does that happen a lot in like battlegrounds? Do you ever run into someone who's like, because do you play with proximity chat, or can you? I guess
You can, but it's frowned upon.
so. Like if you run into someone and you're like, hey, like let's team up. We'll wait till the end, and then like we'll duke it out.
That's frowned upon.
Okay,
Because
that makes sense.
There is the duos in like King of the Kill. There's 5s.
So
So-
you can actually start the game with a partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you do go into solos and you do make an alliance, you actually report both players
Okay.
because that's
that makes
against
sense.
the idea.
That's like playing free for all Call of Duty and just meeting your buddy in a corner and then be like, all right, meet me in this corner, and then you just 2v1v1v1v1v1v1.
Yeah. Well,
It's not fair.
no, the one player just kills the other player, so the other player wins and gets a nuke.
Or that.
That's happened so many times in Call of Duty games to me. Like, you just find where the one guy is spawning, you have to kill him on a streak so that he doesn't... People just do that, and then he'll get a streak and then he'll end the game.
That doesn't sound fun. That
It-
doesn't sound fun
It doesn't
at all.
even have to be like another player. If you have 2 Xboxes,
You just set one up so he just keeps dying and spawning, and you just keep killing him.
yeah,
It's horrible.
it happens. I mean, people have done that on PC as well. They'll have, like, their PC and then, like, their laptop,
Right.
and they'll have, like, 2 different accounts. They've done it. It's happened in League where, like, somebody will have their main account and they'll have, like, a Smurf account, but to level up that Smurf account, they'll just get into a game with both accounts, and then one will just sit in base, and the other one will play, and that one in base will still get the XP for the game while he plays the actual game.
Right. Which, that's shitty, but... I don't know. Is there a way to combat that, though? In, like, Call of Duty, at least? You just
I don't
need
even think there's reporting.
stricter monitoring. Or,
Yeah.
and the ability to report, I
Yeah.
guess.
But back to, like, the culling and everything, I think if they increased the amount of players, it would be so much better. Like, honestly.
Even doubling it up to, like, 32, I
Yeah.
think would make a big difference.
Like, okay, so go to 30. 15 teams. If
Yeah.
you do 2s, even opens you up for 5s would still be a little janky because you'd only have 6 teams.
But, I mean, but still, that doesn't
an
sound
option.
horrible. It's still a lot of people you get to kill, though.
Exactly. And I think it'd be hilarious to see a team of 5 versus a team of 5 just hacking away at each other. That would
Yeah.
be something really funny to see. So I think now that you have your servers up and actually working and you beat Friday the 13th to the punch, maybe try to add some more options for players. And I mean, I got a couple. Did you get any skins while you were playing?
No, I didn't get any call crates. Is that what they're called?
Call
I think
crates.
call crates. No. So I haven't even played enough games to do that. I played one solo match, and then I played one or two matches with Waterloo. Our match came down to, it was four of us, so it was me and him, and then one more team, and three crate Monty happened, which the center of the map, they dropped 3 crates. 2 of them are going to explode, and one of them is going to have some sweet weapon for you to use. So we charged into the center. The remaining 2 guys on the other team did the same thing, and I was going to go open a crate to just hope that we got something that could turn the tides, because we didn't have that great of weapons. He might have had like a little shiv or a knife, and I think I had found a hatchet or something, which did a decent amount of damage, but
5
still.
to 15, I think.
Yeah. So these other guys rush in, and I see them over by one of the crates, and I was like, all right, well, let's let them open their crate. Hopefully we'll see an explosion, and maybe one of them doesn't have a lot of health and they die. That would have been a sweet way to win if they were just both near it and they opened it and just exploded. But of course they opened it, and there was a weapon inside. So I backed off my crate, and then it was time to go to war. Waterloo was real excited to go to war, so he ran in there quick. He got murdered, and then it was 2v1. They had picked up whatever weapon was in the crate, and I had 40 health, maybe. I didn't stand a chance. I'm also with, like, I don't know if it's like jankiness you get used to, but like as far as like aiming and like the movement, like the way the game actually plays, it's kind of like it's not that smooth.
Yeah. And were you playing it downstairs? Or were you playing it upstairs?
Downstairs on the big TV.
So on a big TV, your movement's always slowed because of the distance you have to travel as your character on the TV. So your character has to travel that 65-inch distance, which is amplified by being so big, where if you're playing on your 24-inch in here, think of how much smaller that distance is with the reaction of your controller. That's why I hate playing like FPSs and stuff on big screen TVs.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said competitive. The monitor's for competitive, the 65's for spectacle and single-player games.
But
Rocket League.
Did you turn your sensitivities down at all?
So
So my horizontal sensitivity is 10, and my vertical sensitivity is 5.
Oh,
That's how low it is.
Did you drop them that low? So maybe I have to do that. It could have been a lot of...
That dropping it like that usually helps on the bigger TVs, because then it's not reacting like it would, but you have to hold it there, and because it's moving a little bit, the reaction seems faster to your control, so you can be a little bit more precise with it.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I felt the same way, like even trying to throw stuff. Like there's one game where I got a giant sledgehammer. When you like throw it, it cripples people and they can't run as fast. I tried to throw it at somebody, and I swear to God, I was right on him, and that thing just
flying off into the distance.
yeah. And I couldn't find it again. So
it's pretty cool that you can whip a sledgehammer that far, though.
That's true. And it's really cool because different weapons do different, I would say, like after effects. So like shivs and spears do a bleed.
Yeah.
There's like a poison you can give to people.
Yeah, I was getting poisoned in one of our matches. Well, I don't no idea how that was happening.
Blowgun.
Oh, I made a blowgun too. Oh, does it make him like throw up? Do you throw up? Or is that something else? I feel like I hit a dude with a blowgun, or maybe he was just like keeling over, like he was sick or poisoned, I guess. But I did make a blowgun on accident. That's another big thing is crafting. Like you just cram 2 rocks together in your hand to make a knife.
So it all clicked strangely. I've never played a game with like crafting like that. But 2 rocks make a knife. A rock plus that knife plus
a stick.
A branch makes a
spear.
A rock plus a branch makes the little traps.
Yeah,
the little stars. 2 branches together make a bandage.
I can't believe you remember all these things.
A spear plus another branch makes a bow, and then if you're on your bow and you hit another branch, you make arrows.
Okay.
Because
you could also combine like a backpack and rocks or something like that to make like body armor.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
There is actually you can look at a whole table. Did you see that where it shows you all the crafting recipes?
I went into the training.
Oh, okay.
There's a training and it gives you all of like the raw materials. Oh, and you can go in and make them. So that's what I was doing when servers were down.
Okay, that's cool.
I went and trained with the weapons. So I got a rifle in game.
How did it feel having a rifle?
There were only 4 shots.
Oh, that's
It kicks like a bloody mule. So you shoot this gun, and you literally are aiming at the sky after you shoot this gun.
So you got to shoot and just hold down that left thumbstick
Like,
or right thumbstick.
well, yeah, you shoot and then you just hope you hit them, and that you don't really get like a. So if you hit somebody, a number goes above their head for the damage, but you don't get like a hit marker like in Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Right, so you know that you hit someone.
So you could fire this rifle and it goes up, and if you didn't like quickly see the numbers
you
above
have
them,
no idea if you hit that person.
and I think the rifle did like 45 damage, 55 with a headshot,
which is decent.
but you only have 4 shots. I don't know if you can make bullets,
Maybe out of rocks and
brass or
metal
something.
bars.
I don't know. I have to
Yeah.
look at all the crafting and get more into it.
But yeah, so those are really the two games that I tried playing and played a little bit of, I think.
You played Rocket League. You played Overwatch.
I did play a lot of Rocket League this week actually,
We did actually, yeah.
and then some Overwatch.
Oh,
Overwatch.
that's
what's
what I
up?
want. One of the things I want to talk about. That DCing from Rocket League I had. For some reason, remember that one night we played? I DC'd like every single ranked game we played. I DC'd in the middle of it.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on because
And
whatever we were playing,
we
we
were
were playing
playing- we
Overwatch
played,
or Paladins before
Like
that.
2 hours of Paladins before that, and I was fine.
Yeah,
And then I
but
got into Rocket League, and
couldn't
Rocket League
stay
was just
connected.
kicking me.
Yeah, it was weird.
That was
So yeah, I played a lot of that. What I was gonna say, on the PlayStation, I booted up that Marvel Heroes Omega beta, which is coming to console. Like I said, June 20th. That game, I don't know if it's because I have like an affinity for Marvel and like I have a love for those characters, which most people do. I feel like in this day and age.
if you don't know Marvel characters, then you're under a rock. I think
At
even
this
my
point,
mother,
yeah.
who probably doesn't even know what Marvel actually is, could tell you Thor and
Captain America,
Captain
Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Maybe
Spider-Man, maybe. There's no way your
she
mother
might not
doesn't
know
who
it's
Spider-Man
linked to
is.
Marvel. She's probably seen like the solo.
That's
movies.
true, but if you were like, you know who Spider-Man is, right, Mom? She'd be like,
yeah,
Ben, I should slap you.
Iron Man. Listen, I'm the only person who wouldn't slap their mother for $1 million.
That's because you're silly.
She's an angel, that woman.
Yeah, and you could just pay her off. Be like, Mom, I'm sorry I hit you. Here's $200,000. Mwah. Love you. But, okay, so I was playing this beta. I think this is going to be fun. I think we should get into it, whether you want to or not. I'm going to make you get into it. It's
With my PS4.
No, I mean, it's coming to Xbox June 20th.
Okay.
So we can play. That's where I'll primarily play it.
It's out early. The beta's only on PS4.
Right. So I'm hopping into that. Now it gives you a bunch of different characters to pick from. Characters like Squirrel Girl, characters like Blade. There's a lot of weird ones, but then you have like your Deadpool's, Gambit from the X-Men. There is some X-Men, so that's cool. Wolverine, Kitty Pryde. It's just a giant selection of Marvel superheroes, and they all have their special powers mapped to the different buttons and
You said this is like a MOBA type.
MMO.
MMO. That's right.
So you're gonna have like quests to go on. You're gonna have like, I'm assuming like kind of like dungeons or like raids where there's gonna be one big boss and you need to have the right like team composition. Like Hulk is gonna be a tank who can take a ton of damage and needs to be right up there.
Captain America is gonna be like an off tank.
Yep, and then like
You got Scarlet.
Hawkeye would be a good sniper. Things like that. That's how I'm picturing
Scarlet
it in my
Witch
head.
Could be a good mage, damagey.
Something, yeah. So I think this game will be fun. The story, there's like a story you can go through from what I had played. It's cool. The the cut scenes are just kind of like still shots, like cartoon, like kind of like a comic, and they're just narrating it. But the story's fun and the game is fun, and I assuming we'll talk more about it at the end of the month. But
I'm down.
yeah, so that's good. And
An MMO on like another MMO, I guess, on a console, if done right, is really gonna take the crowd because you're still seeing Elder Scrolls Online and everything else not really taking the cake.
Yeah,
So.
and so that's the thing about this Marvel game is that they're celebrating their 4-year anniversary this month on PC. So it took them 4 years just to get this game over here. But that does mean that there's going to be like cool special events going for us as soon as we are allowed to have the game. So that's cool. You can spend real money on packs of different
I was gonna
characters
say,
or whatever.
are there aesthetics and stuff as well?
Yeah, there's
Like-
different, like, so I bought, because you earn, like, in-game currency, and I spent that to actually unlock Star-Lord for myself. But then when you click on your Star-Lord, it's
Of
like,
course you did.
I don't even know why, because I don't even know, you can't, like, tell, well, I mean, he's awesome. That's why.
Because you just imagine it's Chris Pratt underneath the mask.
Well, that's the
and-
thing. So when you click on it, it'll be like, all right, well, there's 3 costumes, and you can buy each costume. And, like, the one I have is Legendary Star-Lord. He kind of looks like the one from, like, the comics. But then his other 2 costumes are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, like, his 2 different outfits for there. So they're definitely aiming this towards, like, the movie crowd, the people that watch the Marvel movies, which is a lot of people. So
That's right up my alley as well. I couldn't tell you what his comic book outfit looks like, but
it's similar. So,
I don't know.
but
It was like when I played Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale version, and I was like really sad that it wasn't Chris Pratt drawn in cartoon.
and everybody kind of looked different, because I know, like, Drax and
Drax
Gamora looked a
weird.
lot different.
They look. I mean, obviously it's cartoony,
Because Drax was, like, green in the comics, and he's
And he-
blue in the movies.
and I don't think he was even like in the movies. He's just a giant human being,
Yeah,
and in this one he looks semi-regular.
yeah, he's just a alien from another planet who's not Batista sized.
Not Batista size. I actually watched a cool video on YouTube the other day. It was like 15 years ago today. And
Oh,
it was like
what they all looked like.
You saw that one
I
too?
did see that. Yep.
Maybe that
the whole
popped up
cast
on
of
there.
Guardians. Yeah.
that was pretty cool. They had everyone too. Like Vin Diesel's in there, even though they didn't actually see
Even though
Vin
it's
Diesel,
just his voice. Yeah.
and you didn't know that he was like a dance star before he became Fast and the Furious
Yep.
famous.
And then, like, Bradley Cooper was in it too, even though he's just the voice of Rocket,
Rocket.
but still. It was Chris Pratt's a good one, looking at how he has changed and turned into this superstar, going from the chubby, funny kid in Parks and Rec to taking every role he can
Fit and
now. Yeah.
just kicking ass, taking names, Star Lord. But I'm excited for that to come to console. I think with this new podcast, I might be dishing out some money for a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because I want to play Destiny on PS4, which is a sad thing to announce on an Xbox podcast, but with the exclusives coming out, I think that's might have to play that there. I still don't know yet. If you can't get enough people to play it there, then that game's not very fun by yourself.
You're gonna have at least 3. If I get a PS4, Waterloo is gonna pick up his PS4.
And I'm pretty sure Maze and Payne, Jesus.
Good thing
Can we start calling them?
One other thing we're thinking about changing in the next
Not
podcast
thinking about. I think we definitely are.
is just using our regular names. I mean, if you really need to know, we're gonna have our plugs at the end of everyone, anyways. So you're gonna know how to reach us, and you're gonna know who you're talking about. So I think we're just gonna use our real names, regular names.
I am Zach.
I am Ben.
So that's different. We went with the gamer tags for this one just because it was an Xbox podcast. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Use your gamer tag. And that's where people would find you if they wanted to
And
play with you. So
if you didn't know, Waterloo is Lou. So
yeah, I feel like we called him Lou a lot just because it's part of his gamer tag. But
so that's gonna be so, and then we're gonna talk about Maze, is our friend Matt,
Maze, Matt, Payne, Tyler, Dan Pod, Dan,
who will also probably buy a PS4 if everyone else is going to PS4.
MC, I'll refer to her as MC
Because that's MC.
That's MC.
So I think we'll definitely get enough people to switch over.
I think so, yeah.
And that'll just open everybody up. Maybe everybody will get a PC and we can just all game on the PC too. Am I getting my hopes up a little bit there?
Maybe.
I mean, you turn on your laptop here and it says gamers.
It says Gaming Republic or something.
Republic of Gamers.
Republic of Gamers.
I was there when he got his laptop and it's a good rig. So I'm not asking you to dive into League of Legends with me.
I definitely won't do that.
But like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds maybe.
I know. I just want it to come to console so bad, so I don't have to play it on my PC.
But I don't know, man. I think
I can see how it runs. Steam, Keegan on Steam,
Yeah, it's on Steam.
so they at least have a good return policy. I bought No Man's Sky and the thing barely functioned for some reason. That's the other thing is like I don't know how to maintain a PC at all. Like drivers, I know that's the thing. Drivers are cool and like malware and spyware and all these bad things you don't let on the computer. I don't. It sits there for recording stuff and googling.
All you have to do is not click links. Just don't click a link.
Yeah, but some of those sites I go to, there's a lot of links that I want to click on.
Incognito tab. That's how I do it.
All right, cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, so that's just look forward to what's coming next for us. I don't know if our first podcast for the new show will be out next week. We might need that 2 weeks to really make sure we're ready to go for this new podcast, which is still unnamed. If you want to keep up with us in the meantime, I mean, probably Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter won't change at least.
I mean, if you want to keep up with anything at all, I'll start posting stuff. I've done a few things on my Twitter personally, which I plug.
Quick, I'm gonna put our intro music in here one last time because this song's probably gonna phase out and not be here anymore. So I'm just gonna play it in the background for everybody.
Okay. Oh, the last listen.
That's nice.
It's nice but sad at the same time.
But yeah,
it's like saying goodbye to a long lost 10-week friend.
11 weeks, dude.
11 weeks friend.
This is episode 11. So
and this was our first. Yeah. So I mean, we'll do our plugs at the end. If you do have any questions or anything, I open my Twitter up all day at work. It's on my computer, and I look at it. So you can get in touch with me there if you need anything. I typically post episodes on it, and also Facebook.
Facebook.
Are you gonna get rid of that page?
Yeah. So the Facebook, the Xbox Community Cast, I started posting on it less and less as this was in the incubation period, as this was starting up this new thing. So yeah, that page will die down. We'll probably start up a new page, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's up in the air for sure.
Maybe if
I think a good place to come and get your content. Like I was just posting a lot of news stuff. Just listen to the podcast for the news stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe a Discord. I think someday would be cool.
Definitely create a Discord channel. I mean, I've got like 4 or 5 already set up for friends and stuff.
I'm in a few of those for like other podcasts, and that's a really good way for the community to just be able to talk, to get a hold of us,
yeah,
whatnot. I mean, we can just plug now for this next 2 weeks when we're in limbo. You can reach me at Risky the Kid on Twitter. I'm Risky the Kid everywhere. My PSN and my Xbox are also that. So yeah,
find them.
Find me.
And I am OMG It's Chopa on everything as well. That's the Twitter. I'm not gonna give out my personal Facebook. Although maybe I'll start creating like gaming everything else, so I can give out that stuff as well, like a gaming Facebook. I don't have a Facebook.
Well, that's what I was saying. That's what we'll just make a
do, like,
Facebook.
one whole one.
Yeah, like we did for this, and you can be a lot more a part of it if you want. You can run it and do everything for it.
I don't want to take that away from you. You
Oh.
seem to love it so much. I see how much you post on
I
it.
sure did.
That is my phone going crazy. All right. Yes, I understand you're hungry, girlfriend. So yeah.
So can I take us out of here one last time?
You can take us out of here one last time, Risky.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to the final episode 11 of the Xbox Community Cast. Until next time, we'll catch you later.
Goodbye.
We'll be right back.